This is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, and I'm reviewing the Tyler Culprett Ace Haven contract signing. So we're about to break this thing down. It looks like it's 14 and a half minutes long. Of course, full disclosure, I did a segment with Tyler Culprett the week before he won the title from Austin Towers in a cage match. That went really well. It was a lot of fun for me to do. So we'll see how this thing comes across. I have not looked at it previously. I don't know anything about it, if I'm being totally honest. So we'll just see how it goes. You know how I do. I'm going to nitpick this thing to death, but it's all for teachable moments, and I love it. I see right off the jump, we have what I think amounts to a production person helping set things up. And we've got Shane Knowles, who's one of my favorite people in Georgia wrestling. So we're off to a flying start. Except is Shane Knowles wearing cargo shorts? For fuck's sake, man. Thanks for dressing up. Shane just goes off the rip because up. Oh, here we go. There's the drop. I love it. Tyler Culprett symbol. This person leaning against the ropes, if it's a production person who's helping, I don't think that's a good look. I don't think it's a good look. Just a minor quibbling thing. So I see one of the guys has the Gold Rush briefcase. Right now it's the League of Terribles league, and everybody else is just living in it. And they're definitely giving that proper impression. Oh, so it's a camera person. Cool. Just make sure you're not being too casual, cameraman. That's all I'm asking.
We'll face him in 2 weeks at Power to the People.
Wait a minute. He was leaning against the rope so he could get the better camera shot. Duh. Okay. Figured it out. My bad. I can be wrong too.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Ace Haven.
I like the subtle little coding there that Shane Knowles, who does not like in character Tyler Culprett, kind of gives him a casual introduction, but really gives Ace the louder, more prestigious introduction, even though Ace is the challenger. I like it. It's on brand, for sure. I've never heard Ace's intro before.
There is, ladies and gentlemen, the #1 contender for the ProSouth Championship.
Nice little blurb there by the commentator, who's remained mostly silent up to now. There hasn't been things to add, but I think throwing on this is the #1 contender to the ProSouth title is a nice little touch there. I think for people who are maybe first-time viewers or don't quite know what's going on, I think it's great. It's one of the smart things if you're going to run a wrestling show, like if you're Action or you're one of these groups that most of your audience is garnered through, like for Action, it's IWTV, right? They get hundreds, if not thousands, of people who watch them on there. And for ProSouth, they get many more people that watch their YouTube show than go live most of the time. And if that's the case, that's a good place for commentators to fill in some information because you're going to get a lot of people who are viewing you for the first time. So I ain't mad at it. I think it's great. And Ace Haven's music has like sort of like a Japanese wrestler vibe that I'm digging. I'm digging. And the messaging here is pretty clear. Tyler Culprett's got that whole League of Terrible things with him. Ace has got Amy, and normally he would let Amy enter the ring first, but he's wary of the League of Terrible, so he enters the ring first so he can keep an eye on them. That's a small thing, but it's not a small thing in the sense that it matters, and it just puts another layer of realism on the whole thing. I like the attention to detail. That's one of Ace's signatures as a guy who runs a pretty tight ship, that he would think of details like that for himself and Amy. I like it. Amy looking serious. Amy looking serious. I like it. This whole thing's being presented as a serious and potentially dangerous affair. As it should. Here's their advantage and disadvantage with me looking at this. I hate contract signings. I hate them in general. But what that means is they have an opportunity to impress because I hate them as a rule. Just putting that out there. Look at the cameraman. He's right in there, man. Contract signing graphic. Oh.
It's time to select your options for referees.
Oh. Right off the bat, they're making it important and they're making it relevant. Just like in most combat sports, picking the specs of who's the referee, etc., are very important points. And I like that there's a purpose for this contract signing besides just being ceremonial. And now Tyler Culprett's going to fucking speak, of course.
Who do I want as the special guest referee? Actually, it's pretty simple. It's someone who has already been the special guest referee in one of my matches. Someone that I can trust to call it right down the middle and make sure that the right man wins. My selection is none.
The confidence is oozing off of Tyler Culprett. I'm not just talking about in character. I'm talking about this is a guy who was never known as a promo guy. And now, look at him. Look at his body language. I'm leaning back in the chair. I'm the champ. Like, the ability to cut a good promo, we don't talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it here, it's the same as the ability to pick up a woman or pick up anybody or sell somebody something. Because remember, it's all sales. Folks, it's all sales. And confidence is 90% of that bitch. And Tyler Culprett is already letting us know we're in the hands of an expert. And it's important. Whoever he names as the referee is just less important than the fact that he's coming across the way he is. So, knowing Tyler Culprett, the gimmick, whoever he names is going to be some douchebag and that's going to be in his favor. We know this already, and it's incidental, and I appreciate Tyler kind of getting to it rather quickly.
None other than the 2021 Gold Rush winner, Cameron Keys.
What a shocker that is.
Appropriate response from the crowd.
Color me shocked.
Ace. Oh, a little chant going.
Chance of Ace ringing out through the ProSouth Arena.
I don't know if you noticed this, but this building's full of people who don't like you.
Absolutely.
It's nice to acknowledge the crowd. Very smart.
And unfortunately for you, this building's full of people
Good
who
job.
like me.
Good job by the cameraman. Realized on blocking the hard cam. I'll just get down a little lower. But you know what? It's worth having the camera person in the shots, and I'll tell you why. The shots that he get really give ProSouth a nice rounded look and makes the production seem bigger. And Ace acknowledging the crowd further, and then Tyler selling it as well. Like, if you knew nothing about what you were saying and you just got this as a still shot, they're telling you a story, right? Tyler's pissed off at what Ace is saying. Ace is showing confidence as bolstered by the crowd. Amy's stand by her man. And then Tyler's got a whole entourage of guys behind him. It's nice. It's a good stage picture as well. Whoa, that's a nice big response from their crowd.
You count me in both those categories, man.
Look at me when I'm talking to you, boy.
Ooh.
You want to know who my selection for the referee will be for Power to the People?
Puts over the
Someone who
event.
knows you very well. My selection is going to be Shane Knowles.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Oh. I like that. I like that as the two opposing choices. I'm not sure how they're going to decide upon which is which, but I think those are two interesting choices. Plus, it will force Shane Knowles to put on pants, and I'm all for that.
All right, guys. You both got your selections. It's my turn.
Okay. Her turn.
I know who
Yeah.
I'd vote for.
The person that I choose has also had experience as a referee here at ProSouth.
Okay.
The person I choose is our blood. The
What?
person I choose is our daughter, Harley Haven.
Whoa.
Oh, what? That selection is mind-blowing to me. I met Harley. I like Harley. Harley and I were on the same page as far as ordering at Waffle House while everybody else had their thumb up their ass. Fan of Harley. What a twist. I don't know what to make of that. And I think their expression says it all. It's just an unexplicable choice. Very interesting. How are they going to turn? Okay, I'm going to just watch on. I'll say this. If this is a segment I saw on television, they're drawing me into watching the whole thing. And that's a success. Huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is true. 6 months ago, Harley Haven was a special guest referee at our anniversary show for
Very nice cover there by the commentators explaining that it is true that Harley indeed had been a referee at some point. Okay.
the All Out Championship, so she does have experience as a special guest referee, and what a curveball out of left field from our commissioner, Amy Hagan,
Yes.
on that one.
Very tough choice here. Cameron Keys, some guy named Shane Knowles, and Harley Haven. Whew.
That's mixing two cliches. It's either out of left field or that's a curveball. A curveball out of left field. I don't think that's a thing. But I get the point. I get the point.
Powers to you, the people. Get those votes in.
And
Oh, so fans get to vote on who's the special guest referee out of the three? I think it's more interesting than having just two selections, certainly. I mean, when you think back to, you know, Kerry Von Erich against Ric Flair and who's going to be the special referee. And obviously they made sure it was gimmicked, that it was going to be Michael Hayes, the good friend of the Von Erichs. For those that don't know, that's how the feud started, is at some point there's a disagreement between the Freebirds and the Von Erichs, and the Freebirds were brought in as baby faces, remember? Hard to imagine now. And then the infamous slam the cage door on the face, leading to the Von Erichs and Freebirds rivalry, which is one of the greatest in wrestling history. Point being, picking the referee has always been sort of a foregone conclusion. I will give this to ProSouth. They're doing something very interesting. Because if I'm voting, I mean, Tyler Culprett, his selection is already not getting the vote, right? So then you'll just assume it's whoever Ace Haven picks. But now you have an interesting thing where Ace Haven picked somebody who would be a popular choice in Shane Knowles, cargo pants notwithstanding, cargo shorts, or now Harley. So not only is it interesting because it's not a foregone conclusion, you have 3 selections. Again, just a very clever thing that they're doing at ProSouth. Just a sign of good booking and interesting writing.
Commissioner Amy Haven has signed the contract, making all 3 of those options official.
Tyler's got something to say about it, of course. Why wouldn't he? He should.
You know what? Before we sign this, Ace, what is it with you people and chickens?
They're chanting chicken at Tyler.
Out here, Culprett.
Before we sign this, I would like to go through our history together, Ace. Why don't we? Our first meeting, Southern Honor Wrestling, your winner, Tyler Culprett!
Bragging.
And then there was ProSouth Wrestling Presents Black Friday. Who won that one, Ace? Tyler Culprett!
Oh, boy.
Wrestling United, you were there for that one. Who won? We did, you won! Tyler Culprett!
We did, you won!
And then there was ProSouth versus the League. Tyler Culprett versus Ace Haven, your winner, Tyler Culprett! Anarchy Wrestling, Hardcore Hell 23, your winner, Tyler Culprett. Peach State Wrestling, your winner, Tyler Culprett. Are you noticing a trend here?
The confidence off of Tyler is immense. And that's a lot of promo cutting. When you're looking at the guys who are actual in-ring talents, I'm going to take guys like Matt Hankins out of the equation for a moment. While he has been known to wrestle a match here and there on occasion, he's a manager, right? That's his stock and trade, is cutting a promo. And he's proven to be more than up for the task. But when you look at the guys in-ring who are the best right now, right? I think you're looking at guys like Tyler, Joe Black, Lockhart. These guys all have a great deal of confidence. And of course, there are other great promo cutters before I have to field a bunch of bitch, moan, and whining. But I'm saying the common thread between guys who are seemingly as disparate as Joe Black, Tyler Culprett, Darius Lockhart is confidence. The way they come across when they're cutting their promos, the confidence in which they say they appear to believe what they're saying. That's the number one thing in sales, right? If I'm not, the cliche is I'm not buying what you're selling, I'm buying you. And Tyler Culprett, heel that he is getting us to buy it, that he believes what he is saying, and that's tantamount to what they're trying to present. I'm curious to hear how Tyler's going to wrap his part up and then what the retaliation is going to be.
If you're keeping count, I have defeated you 6 separate times, Ace!
That's a lot.
Power to the people. It doesn't matter who the hell the referee is. Because it's going to end the same way that it always does. And that's with me defeating Ace Haven.
He's got a point.
He does have a
History
point.
is on his side.
Am I? Did he just say, "Am I wrong"? Did Tyler Culprett just send me a love letter? I love it. I love it. Crowds behind Ace, though. This is what you want. Their response to Tyler Culprett is, "We're gonna chant for Ace
Those
anyway."
plates are made to be broken.
I need you to get out of the ring.
Ooh, I like it. Upping the ante, increasing the danger. Ace knows that he may say something that's going to set off the League of Terribles. He doesn't want Amy there to risk getting hurt. I like it. Seriousness. And the crowd senses it too. The crowd's very into this segment. That's a sure sign that it's working so far.
Uh-oh.
Do what your husband says, shoo. What a jerk. Ace taking off that jacket.
All right, first things first. I want to tell you something. This microphone is not Cameron Keith's butt. You don't have to bury your face into it.
It's such a crude joke, but it caught me the right way. And it puts the power back on Ace Haven's side of the table before his promo. I think it's very smart.
Secondly, I know this is a trap. There's 5 of you, and there's only one Ace Haven. That's fine. I like my odds here. Now, you wanted to talk a lot about records, right? About wins and losses, about matchups, about places that aren't here, about places that don't have this, right? I don't care about anywhere else but right here.
Putting over the league, I think that's smart.
And I don't do this for my own glory. I do this because I don't like the way you treat the people in my kingdom.
It's a babyface promo. It's so nice to hear an unabashed babyface promo. I like it.
There's not a person in this building that believes that I'm not Mr. ProSouth. There's not a person in this building that believes that I'm not the king of the South. Look at me.
Small stuff body language wise.
Doesn't matter how many times you fall.
Tyler's transfixed on him, yet his face is reading barely held back rage. He's tapping his foot at times. He's definitely like letting Ace say his piece, but he's getting emotionally angry about it. It's a great tension build. I like it.
Fall, Tyler. It matters how you get back up.
Babyface stuff, man.
I don't have to beat you 6 times to destroy your spirit. You will have to beat me every single day of your life to even attempt to crush my spirit. But all it takes, look at me, boy, I'm talking to you. All it will take is for me to beat you once, and you won't have the balls to show your face around here anymore.
He's getting a bit heated here, Noah.
I am Ace Haven. I am the king of the South. And let me tell you something. I bleed blue.
Oh, Haven with a slap to Culprett.
Haven with a slap to Culprett. So he's initiating the contact. He's the one who's gonna, if there's gonna be a fracas, he's gonna cause it to start, which is brave but stupid. Typical baby face. Um, interesting. Interesting. By the way, my slap on Culprett, brutal. I think Culprett would tell you the same. Let's see where it goes.
You won't interrupt me. Now I'm going to sign this contract. And if you have any kind of shred of testicular fortitude, you'll do the same.
Strong words from the #1 contender, and Haven has signed the contract. All that's left is for Culprett is to sign it. And this match will be official.
I got you, Tyler. It's spelled Tyler.
You know what, Ace? This is my favorite jacket. So it's a real shame I'm gonna have to get your blood on it.
Hey, whoa!
Oh!
Haven flipping the table.
A cool segment. Shame I'm going to have to get your blood on it. Dives across the table. Ace avoids that. Flips the table to temporarily keep everybody away. Let's see where this goes.
Table in the League of Tables, and Haven's got the umbrella. He's got an equalizer.
Swing away.
Oh, Keist with the Gold Rush briefcase off the head of Haven. And now that pack of dogs-like mentality from the League of Terribles. Ace Haven is outnumbered 5-1. Oh. And Culprett just cracking Haven in the side of the head with the umbrella.
We're going to need to get someone out here to get Ace Haven out of the squared circle, or it's going to turn out real ugly in a hurry.
Oh, no. He's got that pin. He's got that pin.
Oh!
Stabbing Ace Haven with it. Oh, my God. Culprett is just repeatedly stabbing Haven with that pin.
That looks fucking awesome.
Goodness, you got to worry about damage.
That is
We'll have to
nuts.
see. That's
Oh,
what
and he got
this-
color.
Ace Haven is busted
I'm
wide
excited.
open. No surprise there. And
His vision may be impaired. I hope not, but
Culprett just signed the contract using Ace Haven's blood. What a sickening act.
What can you say? Success. It's the kind of thing they can play clips from all week leading up to the show. Signed it in blood. I did see those pictures. Now it all makes sense, and it's all coming back to me now. Very successful segment. Looks very good. The opposite of what you expect from an indie show. Got to call that a home run. Great stuff, great confidence from two guys that know how to work the microphone, and a lot of fun to watch. Wow, wow, wow.